I'm
No,
gonna
I
mute
can't hear
this
anything.
television. I'm gonna mute this television to be safe. But keep
Okay.
telling me about your biking adventure.
Yeah. So anyway, a couple of years ago, I was like, I want a bike. I really want a bike. And so went to the bike rental place, and it was like $100 a day for the bike. And so you can go to Walmart and buy a bike for $100.
Is
So
that true?
what? That you can buy a bike at Walmart for $100?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So, my wife and I, each got a bike, came back, we rode them all week, every day, the entire week. And by the end of the week, we were doing 14 miles. So, we progressively got better. And we've been bringing the bikes down ever since. Bought a, hitch thing to go on the back of the car, and we just towed them down, and it's just great.
That's cool.
So they've paid for themselves literally 15 times over.
I can't believe you
So
get a
anyway,
bike for $100. That's crazy.
yeah, I got a Huffy.
Huff it.
Yeah, 26 inch. Kelly got herself a Huffy too, 24
Pretty
inch.
sick.
So both of them are 18 speeds.
That's
So
cool.
anyway, yeah,
Probably
no,
pretty flat though, right?
yeah, yeah. And that helps. But I mean, there's a bit of a hill. It's not necessarily the hills because we're on the water
Yep.
and the ocean, and it's the breeze. You get a headwind like yesterday and today were just absolutely brutal headwinds. I mean, I was like, I was trying to
Oh,
make
it's
myself as small as possible, so didn't have so much drag. But you get 20 mile per hour gust, and that's a lot of wind to go and
yeah,
head
it is a lot of
into.
them.
Oh, anyway, I'm dehydrated. And on that
Okay.
note, hello, everybody, and welcome to the show. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Ted.
Ted and I are doing the show remote today because I got pissed off at the world, hopped in my car. I had brought my bikes, came down to the ocean to take a deep breath. But the show goes on for
The
you
show
all.
must go on.
This week, Ted and I, we took on the Netflix original office romance starring.
You doing it or do you want me
Are
to?
you? I go for it, man.
Jennifer Lopez, Brett Goldstein, Betty Gilpin, Amy Sedaris, Tony Hill, Bradley Whitford, Edward James, almost. God, he's good. Uh, Rick Hoffman. That's about it. That's about it.
That's it.
Will Sasso. Will Sasso's in it, notably of the rest of the people.
Yeah, no, You know what? I'm just going to start off and say here that Tony Hale and Betty Gilpin, they were show stealers, scene stealers.
Yeah,
They were they just
Betty
that
Gilpin was
was
great.
she really was. And my wife brought it up, and I'm going to give her credit where credit is due, and she's absolutely right. She plays for us older folks, she plays the exact type of person or character in this case, as us in the business call it, that Elizabeth Perkins played when she was Joan in About
Yeah,
Last Night, right? So if you saw About Last Night, and so you now have this dynamic understanding of what I mean when I say she stole the show. And Tony Hill or Hale, excuse me, Tony. Uh, he plays HR director, and he's faced with a bunch of questions regarding company policy that everybody's trying to skirt around. Again, the name of the movie is Office Romance. So there you go. All right, I'm going to tell you what this is about, right?
I mean, I think it's in the
Uh,
title.
Yeah. Well, Brett Goldstein and Jennifer Lopez. This is a their vehicle. Brett Goldstein actually wrote this movie, co-wrote it. But anyway, and he plays one of the leads, Jennifer J Lo. This is like the fourth or fifth J Lo movie we've done since we
There's a
started the
lot of them.
show. She does. She just cranks them out. I mean, well, gotta love that Netflix money. Anyway, she plays the CEO of a independent airline, Air Cruz, and that's Cruz. And Brett Goldstein is by default the lead attorney for Air Cruz, and he's kind of thrown into it that position when Bradley Whitfield, who plays the lead attorney, uh, is no longer there. Let's just put it that way. But his moments are great. Bradley Whitford's great, right? You gotta love
Always.
Bradley Gibb. Gotta love him. So anyway, they're facing a couple of lawsuits. One in particular. So Brett Goldstein's character and Jennifer Lopez, uh, they have to work with each other in the process of going through these cases, and they fall in love. I mean, it's that simple.
Yep.
So there you go.
But
And of
but
course,
there's a rule.
they've got HR to deal with,
Yeah, there's a rule in their
right?
office that Jennifer Lopez made that you can't have an inner office romance.
Yeah, yeah. So it's a rom com. It's 1 hour and 56 minutes long. I'll go ahead and jump in on that note and say this movie was about 25 minutes too long. Every scene in this movie, almost every scene in this movie, was just stretched
Yeah,
out.
yeah. I agree with you. I mean, it should have been 90 minutes. Should have been 90 minutes.
Max,
The thing about this movie is
max.
there's nothing new about it, and they don't need it to be new. People like rom-coms, and I haven't looked at what the scores are when I think about what other people were, when we look at all that stuff, but like it's a pretty good rom-com. It's not great.
I'm going to look at that. I haven't looked at that either, and I'm not going to say what I see because anybody can go and look and oh, ouch. Uh, I think I just gave that away. Um, yeah, it is. It's kind of a run of the mill rom com, and I think the thing is when you have rom coms, you just it comes down to the chemistry of the leads. Do they have on air chemistry? And
I
go ahead.
I buy them being attracted to each other.
Well, I have no personal knowledge of this, but apparently after the making of this, they started seeing each other romantically. That's what the scuttlebutts are. The rumor out there in the world is that Brett and J Lo are dating.
Can I say something? And maybe I'm looking at it too heavily, and I wasn't trying to pay that hardcore attention to this rom com. But does it seem like it to me when I watch it? It seems like J Lo in every movie I've seen in the last 10 years doesn't care about her scene partner. She's just going for what she's going for. Like I bet
I
if
don't
he
think
gave
you're
her
over
a
the
complete
line.
Yeah, I think if he gave her a completely different read, she's still going to say it exactly how she planned it in her mind.
I'm not going to argue with you on that, Ted. You look at everything that we watched her in, and if I can, I feel like Raul Julia in Tequila Sunrise, which, by the way, was going to be my rewind today, but it's not airing anywhere. I'm operating today remotely with two mice. I
There we
keep
go.
grabbing the wrong. I keep grabbing the wrong one. Didn't bring Rocky with us. Now Rocky's back at the office.
No, we got
So
Sonny, but he's
Ted,
chilling.
Ted and I are winging it right here.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, so, like we often feel we're doing anyway. Anyway,
Yes.
we let's see. I'm just going to look here. We watched her in Shotgun Wedding with Josh Duhamel.
Similar feel.
And yeah, we watched her in The Mother, which was a very dramatic thriller movie. Did we watch her in Marry Me with Owen Wilson? I don't think we did.
No, but we did watch her in
Hey,
that solo movie she did.
yeah, Atlas. We
Yeah.
did, yeah. We did Atlas. So there you go. There's the movies. Atlas, Shotgun Wedding, and I forget what was the other one. There was something else, and this one. So anyway,
Mother.
she plays everything. The mother, yeah, she plays everything. Plays everything pretty much the same way. I
I don't think
mean,
there's ever been anybody that was like I don't think that there's ever been anybody that's like, man, have you seen Jennifer Lopez act? Woo! That I can think
I
of.
don't. Yeah, no, I haven't either. Um,
I mean, I think
and
she's known for this. This is what she's known for. The rom com thing.
yeah, well, she does. Again, I think this is probably what she's best at. I'm just because I'm just sitting here looking at her CV, and she's got a lot of thrillers and mysteries in here as well. But I think this is what she's probably best at. I'm not going to mince words, but she. And I just want to be clear. I personally believe she did an okay job. I mean, just nothing outstanding.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's yeah, yeah. I mean, this. I am looking at the numbers, and I'm like, yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Now, I'm not going to back off of my number. Okay, and again, I watched it the first time, and I made mind and thought about it, and I immediately, when we finished it, my wife turned to me, and we watched it together, and she said, "Well, what's your score?" And I said it, and that was after the first viewing. After the second viewing, which I did today, uh, I altered my score from the first time. So,
I did not
but we'll
second
get.
watch. I did not second watch this because it didn't. It was not needed.
Well, again, I try to watch everything twice. That way, I'm not operating off of a gut reaction to something. And Abraham Lincoln once said that when of course their communication was very limited back in the days of Abraham Lincoln, that when he was communicating with somebody via a letter or written document, he would write it. He would write the letter, put it in an envelope, or if it was just don't think they called them memos back then. He would, if it was to somebody in the office, he would write the letter, put his thoughts down, and put it in an envelope, or put the letter in his desk drawer, and he would leave it there for 24 hours before he
Okay.
sent it, and then he would pull it back out and he would reread it again, and if he still felt the same way, he would send it off. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. I like to give movies a second reading, and because you get passionate about things, and some things will turn you off or turn you on,
Yeah.
and that kind of clouds your judgment. So there we are with that, and that's my philosophy, and I've had that for a long time, ever since because I thought that was very wise on Abraham Lincoln's part. That's a good thought before you spout out. I think a lot of people in Washington could utilize that advice today.
That's the truth.
That's just me, and I'm not going there.
We're
So
not a
anyway,
political show. We're not a political show,
no,
Andrew.
we're not. We're not. But you can't help but touch that third line every now and then, right?
Yeah.
It creeps in. It creeps in on you. Like today, we jumped into a little politics because I took the advice of Abraham Lincoln.
There
It
you
just
go.
This is life right here. So anyway, all right. Um, Again, like I said before, I thought this movie was overwritten. It could have been 20 minutes easy, 20 minutes short. Many of the scenes, um, many of the scenes were a minute or two too long. They tried to
Yeah.
pull something out that just didn't happen. And in cases of other things, um, I think they dropped the ball. This is not a spoiler, right? Brett Goldstein's character in this movie, Daniel Buttflower.
Isn't it
I know.
Bellflower?
I I don't know. It was, and I can do that because it's actually kind of a joke in the movie with one of the character, Blanchflower.
Yes,
It's
Blanchflower.
like, you can tell it was written by a Brit, right? First of all, he gave the Latin American lady in this movie, the boss, played by Jennifer Lopez, a very Latin last name, Cruz, and he gave himself a very British last name with Blanchflower. So anyway, he was a high power attorney, left the firm because his sister she got arrested in the States, and so he came over to be with her while she's in jail.
Did they
And
ever say why she got arrested?
Yeah, yeah.
Why
I'm
did
not
she
going to
get
tell.
arrested?
I'll tell you off air. I'm not going to spoil it for people because
Okay,
it was
I can't
actually
remember.
it actually But this is where I'm going. That part of the story did not need to exist, and collectively, it probably encompassed 10 minutes of the movie. If you took all the scenes and put them together, then there was absolutely no reason for it. So it was just a wasted 10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
And so that was silly. And then there were scenes that, like I said, that were just too long. It could have been shortened, been quicker. And I think they dropped the ball on some scenes that had some real potential. There's a deposition that takes place with Jennifer Lopez, and give me a second here. I'm trying to remember his name here, who plays the opposing Rick Hoffman.
Yeah.
The opposing attorney from Suits. And in this deposition, there's just, they got one. Now, have you ever been in a deposition, Ted?
No.
I have. I've been deposed, and then I have sat through at least a half a dozen other people being deposed. And I think in this deposition in the movie, because I'm just going back to my time in there, and I think they really left a lot of good potential comedy on the floor there, because
Yeah.
here you are in a deposition, which is, it's tense anyway, and they got one joke out. They got one. It's not even a joke. It's just a zinger. That's it.
Yeah.
And then and then after the zinger happened, and you really only know it's a zinger because of the reaction of the court reporter there.
Yeah.
Jennifer Lopez's character gets up and walks out on it. And you're left thinking, did she not understand what he just said, or what's the deal? Anyway, I thought they left a lot of good comedy on the floor in that deposition.
What'd you think of that? What'd you think of that boner joke at the beginning?
That was horrible. It was, again, not necessary. All right. First of all, I don't know where you get trousers that have that much slack in the crotch that you can be standing somewhere with a full boner like that. Especially in a suit. If you're getting your crotch tailors so loose like that you can achieve a full out front erection, You got a problem, man. You really do.
I
I'm
I just thought like
sorry.
I'm the same age as Brett Goldstein. We're the same age, right?
Yeah.
I just thought to myself, buddy, I don't know that I don't think that could ever happen past the age of 17.
Right. And again, not to the point where you're showing it just, sticking
Yeah.
straight out. Again, they don't make men's pants. Here, look at this. I'm pretty old, all right? And in my lifetime, one, I've owned a lot of pants, right? And I'm not afraid to admit it, I've had my share of boners. Never has that ever occurred. Never has that ever occurred. And so when you see it, it's like, what a stupid pot joke that is.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just, I mean, that's it. But, that's, I don't think, even back in high school, I don't even think I ever had in public, a full erection at any time. I know we're getting a
Yeah.
little sidebar here, but it's in the movie.
Big sidebar, buddy.
I mean, wow, we're talking, that's again, what is Andrew like in his movies? Reality. Okay.
Hmm.
Two missed realities right there. One, I have never had pants that have that much crotch space to get a full erection. And two, I've never had a full erection in public like that. So,
Yeah.
I mean, so no reality there, Ted. So there you go. That's what I thought. And just getting back, I thought they really came up short. Again, just left good comedy, potential comedy on the floor somewhere when dealing with Tony Hale as the head of HR. I mean, when he was first introduced, when Goldstein's character, Daniel, comes in there and asks him about the policy, and then it was followed shortly by J-Lo coming in here confirming the policy, right? I
Hmm.
I saw this as a great moment for after every time the two of them met, that he really became like their therapist in HR, right? I mean,
Yes. Yeah.
that would have been a moment. And Tony Hale is hysterical. The way he delivers his lines and his expressions are just they're priceless. And they left it. So that's where I'm at. I think this movie left a lot.
Okay.
That's that's where I'm at right there.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
anyway,
I thought it was. I mean, we're saying the same exact thing. I can repeat it. Like I was a little bloated. It left some stuff on the table, but ultimately, I thought overall there were good performances by everybody.
yeah,
It was
yeah,
directed fine. This is a
yeah,
let's get coverage movie.
right there, right there. That's exactly what it was, and that's and let's over edit. Let's put in too many
Yeah.
scenes that just don't need to be there, and useless conversations that have no payoff in the end, and all that. All right, Ted, let's get to some numbers here.
You want me to go
You
first?
want to go? Sure,
Yes.
go ahead.
63.
Six. Okay. Like I said, I watched it twice and I adjusted my score after I watched it first. My first score was a 6.3. My wife was like, no, that's better than a 6.3. And then I watched it again and I got thinking about it. And I go, you know what? This is a decent average rom com. So I up my number just to be fair to the audience in all honesty. I upped it to a 7.1. So
Mm-mm.
again, that's what I did. I'm going to
Look,
watch. I'm
look, I'm a watch. I enjoyed it. It was just I'm just being objective because you're asking me to be, to be
Yeah,
objective. I would watch it again. I wouldn't
Yeah.
like seek it out, but if I were bored, I'd watch it again.
Yeah. Yeah. No, there's no question there. I would. I would do that. All right. Now that we've said our piece, all right, we're going to throw this out here. This got a 6 on IMDb. It, this is brutal. Roger Ebert gave it a point 0.5 out of
Hmm.
4. So that's brutal. And Rotten Tomatoes, they came in split. The tomato meter and the popcorn meter, one's the critics and the other is the audience. They came in tied it at 5.0. So
Okay.
Ted and I are a little higher than those, but anyway, that's I'm a watch though. It was
I'm a
cute.
watch.
My
Yeah, I'm a
wife can watch
watch.
this. I guess if you're a woman, you'll probably enjoy this way more than a guy would, just because of the nature of the film, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, the genre. All right. Yeah. Okay.
I'm
Again, that's
reading
on.
reading the reviews.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get some zingers there, I bet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Brett Goldstein was the only one who got hard on this movie.
Ooh. It's true though.
All right. I'm going to jump into my rewind. As I said before, my original rewind was going to be, and I absolutely love it, it's Tequila Sunrise with Mel Gibson. Kurt Russell, that's one of Ted's favorite shining stars right there.
I
And
mean, yeah.
and Raul Julia, who I think is just an incredible actor, and Michelle Pfeiffer, she's in it
And
too.
River
Uh,
Phoenix.
but and River Phoenix, but it's not playing anywhere. I mean, you can rent it on Amazon, but it's not on free anywhere. So I went to my backup, which was Good Morning Vietnam. That is a classic Robin Williams movie. What do you think?
Hmm. That's
You
a good one.
agree? Good movie?
I haven't seen that in
All
a hot
right.
minute.
It's playing now. If you subscribe to Peacock, you can watch that. Robin Williams plays Cornyn, Adrian Cornhour, who's a disc jockey in the U.S. Air Force, and he's been sent to Vietnam to entertain the troops as a disc jockey in Vietnam, and his style and the style of the general manager of the radio station for where he works, they just clash. And so there's a lot of back and forth going between them. But the underlying story, actually, that's the underlying story. The real story about this is Robin Williams, while he's over there, he's getting a pretty good idea of what's actually happening over there, the politics of it all, and he's getting it through the natives that he befriends. So it's really, I thought Forrest Whitaker's in this movie too, and Bruno Kirby. I'm just looking at it real quick here, uh, but that's mine. I'm Go ahead.
Is Forrest Whitaker older than you or your age?
I don't know.
He's got to be a little
Let me
older than
grab
you
a.
because I'm just thinking Fast Times at
He is.
Ridgemont High.
Yeah, 64. He's 64.
Oh, he's
So
64. Okay.
he's got almost. He's got some years on me. That's for sure. This. Um, we're
Why is it?
live.
Why will it not
We're
do it?
going
What's
remote,
wrong with it?
baby. There you go. You look good there. All right. As I was saying, I'm going to give Good
Okay.
Morning Vietnam an off the record 8.9. Again, it's on Peacock. You got to watch it. It's just, I think it's too good. But just, I mean, it's one of my favorite. I'll put it in my top 25 for sure.
I haven't seen it in a long time, so
You
I'll
should.
actually
You
rewatch it.
should. So and the reason I went with that because I put that right up there with Tequila Sunrise. So I mean, Ted, they made
Okay.
really good movies back in the '80s. Yeah,
And the
and the
90s.
'90s. But I mean, my gosh, they were just incredible movies back then. That's like, and the '90s. All right, Ted. All right, I started the Burrows. Pretty intense. Pretty nice. I like that. You've been watching that.
Mm-hmm.
But I tell you what.
Yeah, I've got 2 or 3
Okay,
episodes
I'll tell
left.
you what I ended up doing, and I got sucked so far down the rabbit hole. I couldn't turn it off. It's I want to say, and let me look real quick. It's Legends, right?
What's
And
that?
let me. You still there? I'm typing.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm still here.
typing on the wrong typing board. Uh, let's see here. All right, let's see here. It's on Netflix. Okay, it's a British thing. It's in the vein of The Gentleman about drug dealers and cops
Okay.
and matter of fact, it really kind of reminded me. And it, after the movie was over, what was that Dallas Howard movie that we just watched? Like,
Oh, where they were improv
yeah.
actors.
Um, let's see here. I got it real quick here, man. Rocky, I'm missing you. Deep Cover. Anyway,
Deep cover.
it's in the
Okay.
vein of that, and it's on Netflix. So if you took Deep Cover and you took The Gentleman and combined those two, this is what you would get. It's a 8-part series, and they tricked me. Those damn Brits. Um, the first episode was like 42 minutes long. And so by the third episode, I was so hooked. But I failed to realize that every episode got about 4 minutes, 5 minutes longer. So by the time I got to the eighth episode, the last episode was 1 hour and 14 minutes. But I binged the entire series in one night. It was that good. I didn't put it down.
One night,
One night. And that was after my
man.
wife went to bed. So I didn't start it up until like 9:30. And so I was 8 hours or 7 hours into the, but it was so good, so addictive. So there you go. I'm gonna give that an off the record score of 8.6. So there you go. All right, Ted, you watching anything
Okay.
that we should know that you
Did
want?
I talk about how I saw
No,
Obsessed?
you haven't. That's the first time here.
Yeah, you know that movie, the horror movie that's I think number one. It made like $250 million.
I know what you're talking about.
It was yeah, it was
Okay.
okay. I mean, I don't want to see it again, but it was okay. It was pretty
Okay.
good. Pretty had a couple good jump scares. Solid, not. But my friend that also loves horror movies is like, you know what? That's not for us. That's for younger people. And I was like, you're for the first time, I'm like, you are correct. That is not for
Just
us.
just like Office Romance isn't for men. Now, did Paige watch this with you, Office Romance?
What is it?
The movie we're reviewing, Office Romance. Did she watch
Oh
it with you?
no, she doesn't. No, she didn't watch it. No, she's
Okay.
at work.
All right.
You're
Oh,
freezing up
okay.
again.
All right. Yeah,
We
and
better
on that
sign
note, Ted,
off.
I guess we should say, yeah, we should let our viewers say, guys, thanks. We appreciate you bearing with us on this. We'll be back in the studio next week. I promise. And until then, I'm Andrew.
Hmm. And I'm Ted.
And okay. All right, guys. Thanks. Bye.